Former U.S. First Lady Barbara Bush has died. Known as the Rock of the Bush family, she and her husband, George Bush Sr., were virtually inseparable for decades. Here's a look at her life and legacy.
Can I get a little hug?
Sure.
Oh, Barbara.
Public service had been a theme in Barbara Bush's family life. Growing up, her own father was a distant relative of America's 14th president, Franklin Pierce. But after she married George Herbert Walker Bush in 1945, that public service, as well as family devotion, would define her life. In 1946, their first child was born, future President George W. Bush. Together, the couple weathered a series of tragedies. Barbara's mother was killed in a car accident in New York, but she was too pregnant with daughter Pauline to travel to the funeral. 4 years later, Pauline died of leukemia. It was during that traumatic period that Barbara's hair turned permanently white. The family rebounded, moved to Midland, Texas, and George turned from oil to politics, with Barbara as his trusted sounding board.
Faith we had was extraordinary. And then it was strengthened, I think, by our love for each other.
By the time George became vice president, she had become something of a Washington star. Socially confident, unpretentious, that all made her popular with foreign dignitaries. When her husband won the White House, she eschewed the glitz and glamour of her predecessor, Nancy Reagan, and wore a pair of practical $29 shoes to the inaugural ball, plus that triple strand of fake pearls that would become her signature look. She also threw herself into promoting literacy, a cause that would help define the rest of her life through the Barbara Bush Foundation for Family Literacy.
I chose literacy because I honestly believe that if more people could read, write, and comprehend, we would be that much closer to solving so many of the problems that plague our nation and our society.
When eldest son George W. took the White House, he too relied on her strength and judgment. His younger brother Jeb did as well during his run for the Republican nomination in 2016. As Barbara and George Sr. withdrew from public life, they only drew closer together, especially as age took its toll. Last year, they were even hospitalized together with respiratory problems. In a statement this weekend, the Bush family spokesperson revealed Barbara was in failing health and had chosen to remain at home with family rather than seek more medical help. Barbara Bush was 92. And so the tributes are pouring in tonight from her son, George W. Bush. Mom kept us on our toes and kept us laughing until the end. I am a lucky man that Barbara Bush was my mother. From President Donald Trump, she will be long remembered for her strong devotion to country and family, both of which she served unfailingly well. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Barbara Bush leaves a legacy of dignity, grace, service, and devotion to family.